Hello, what is up, people of the internet? Today I'm going to talk about the AirGradient One, which is from 138 to 195 USD. So it's actually very cool when you think about it because you can have the DIY version, which you have to put some, like I think it's three sensors together, and it's way cheaper. And I'm gonna show you on this video because that's the one I got for review. You get a USB-C to, actually, sorry, a USB-A to USB-C cable. So quite handy as well. Just a very fast thank you to AirGradient who sent me this AirGradient One for review. So thank you so much. And we have this sensor air now, which will tell you about CO2, so carbon dioxide, which is not the same thing of carbon monoxide, sorry. So just so you know. And we have this two other sensor, which is for temperature, VOCs, NOx, and humidity. So we're just gonna have to connect this one to the motherboard, if I can say a motherboard, more development board ready. And just to mention as well, they're very high fidelity or very high precision. So they give you very accurate, that's the word, very accurate values. So that's very cool. And I suppose you could set up some automatization. In my case, I did one. So when the PM 2.5 is above 10 ppm, which is particle by per million, sorry, I turn on my air purifiers. And when they below 2, then I turn it off. But obviously, you can do a lot of reporting and automatization. And we have this incredible capture, which is well known, which is a PMS 5003 PM, which is a very cool capture and very accurate on term of 2.5 ppm or PM, so actually, sorry. And as you can see, you have the board air with this sensor, which is already connected. I think other version might be different. And this one is already connected, and we have to connect on each three sensors, as I'm going to show you right now. And you guys might think is maybe overpriced for air quality sensors, which is very not because they're very cool and accurate sensors. And as well, you should very start looking at air quality at your home if you don't. So we have this CO2 capture air. We have this one now, which is for VOCs and NOx. And then we have the last one. We're gonna connect this one on top first. So really, you just have to slide it in. Is very straightforward to do. And you have this last one now, which is for temperature and humidity. It's very tiny when you think about it, so it's quite cool. And I suppose you could do your own sensors and or ESP32 or whatever kind of thing. It's cool, it's DIY, but it's way more easier to go with a solution like this one, which is working without a problem and which is actually quite nice and not that expensive when you think about all the sensors that you have. Like the PM 2.5 by itself is quite expensive actually. And they do have a sensors as well, like a outdoor monitoring system. And I believe they're actually having a new one in the next few days, or I don't know, I thought I saw something somewhere, but that seems very promising. So we're just gonna have to screw all this back together, and we have this now press now for let. I actually don't know how to press. I don't see any button. If you do know, let me know in the comments. But nothing to press really because it's just gonna auto boot, and you're gonna have to connect to this SSID. So it's right there, and then it's gonna be automatically detected in Home Assistant. You have actually an integration which is called AirGuardian, and you're gonna have all the sensors exposed to Home Assistant, which is quite handy. So I'm gonna show you all of them now. So you have this carbon dioxide, obviously, humidity, NOx, PM0.3, PM1, and I'll just show you the cloud because they have a cloud platform as well. And what is very cool is they told you about the meaning of these sensors and this data they're collecting. So, for example, Vox Air, they will explain you everything about it, and you can visualize all the data. So that live data at the bottom, as you can see. I'm a bit surprised that PM1 is at 0. You can see there's some spike air. And I'm going to show you in a minute how to set up all this in Grafana. You get maybe better visualization. But this one actually is quite good, and you can change the time frame if you want to. So you can see air. It's quite different at very beginning when I got it, but then I set this automatization, I suppose, to turn it on all the time, basically my air purifier. But then you have this random spike as well in between, so I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm gonna dig into this later on, just show you that again. You have the Vox quality air, and I'm gonna show you how to get all this in Grafana. And I have a video I showed you before, so you might want to go back on this one for more details. But I'm just gonna show you the basics. As you can see, you have some configuration there on Home Assistant. You can select as well from local or cloud. You can calibrate the CO2 sensors and you can change the display. By the way, the display is quite cool to see if you have very good quality or not, air quality. And you can change the temperature. Obviously, I'm going to use Celsius because the metric system and Celsius is the best. Sorry, you guys from the US, just you should swap to Celsius. No, only missing. I just have no clue about Fahrenheit. Though. Anyway, so we have this sensor air, which is showing an Home Assistant, and I'm gonna collect this sensor's name, but I'm just gonna show you in Grafana. So you might already have seen this dashboard. That's the one I made before in the previous video, and you can see I have live metrics. So you have the temperature on every room. You have my son's room, Hugo and Louis living all in rooms. You have a lot of other information there, like CO2, and you can set different colors to know which one is which or what level are they. So here you can change the time frame. So for example, if I go to 2 days, so we have 2 days worth of data, and I'm gonna go to 6 hours, sorry. And you can add individual information as well or data. And down here, you can actually have the data display this way. So you can have a lot of different ways to do it. And again, just have a look to the old video I did. And you can also select a time range like this, and you can go even more and so on. And as you see again, you can see the individual metrics. And going back here, I'm gonna select 12 hours to have a better overview. So that's basically it for this video. I just wanted to show you how good it is to display the sensors like this, because that obviously is the way you want to do it, and you can personalize the way you want. But you have the cloud as well, which is quite actually cool, and you have a lot of way to do it. I'm just going to show you quickly how to add the sensors again. So actually, I'm going to create a new dashboard. Should I say visualization? So the way I do it is basically select the unit of the sensor first. So for this one, it's going to be particle per million, so which is ppm. And then I'm going to select the entity. So going there, I have the air gradient, which is air. And you can see the data is showing straight away. And you can send the time frame again. There we go. And you could also change the way you are displaying this data. There's a lot of different ways to do it. That just a quick overview. And that's about it for this video. Although I just want to show you the LED here. So as you can see clearly the quality. So the quality is quite bad at the moment. You have all this LED blinking. Actually, it's steady in orange. You can see the data here, which is cool. And now it's back to normal after a while and it's green. So it's very straightforward to see. Anyway, that's it for this video. See you soon and have a good one. Bye.